activities, and of course, the #1 engine himself. So come along, we're gonna head on inside and say hi to Thomas.
Right down, we just turned off the...
All right guys, so here we are in the main tent here. You're gonna find activities for the kiddos. They also have a gift shop here, and then they also sell food here as well. They have plenty of tables, and the food is typically hamburgers, cheeseburgers, chicken tenders, and fries. Here is a shot of the menu if you guys want to see what they have. So they have a hot dog, cheeseburger, fried chicken sandwich, chicken bites, which is just chicken nuggets. And then they have drinks, and then the cafe 1832 that they typically have here at Strasburg is open as well. Over here is where you're going to find a gift shop of all things Thomas. They even have the wooden railway sets. These are the sets that I grew up with. Thomas books as well. You will also find your official Day Out with Thomas t-shirts for $20. It says, I spent a day out with Thomas. I rode the rails with Thomas. And they even come in adult sizes for all you adult fans of Thomas. And they do have a special package where you can get a shirt, a hat, and a whistle for $25 if you purchase this set online prior to the event. So the event today is actually completely sold out. Thomas is very popular around these parts. So if you're interested in seeing Thomas, I would highly encourage you to purchase your tickets online in advance. Thomas is typically here in the springtime and in the fall around September, and he's typically here on a Saturday and a Sunday. So Saturday today, completely sold out. Sunday, there still are some tickets available. Tomorrow, tickets are $25 with a about $3.50, $3.90 service charge. So all in all, you're paying about $28 for tickets for Thomas, and that goes for big kids and little kids of all ages. A number of shows here, Thomas themed as well. You guys can get a look at the show times there. And typically the show times are going to be about 15 to 30 minutes before the next train.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you're enjoying your day out.
And Gordon, Rebecca, and Emily, and Thomas #1. Let's go, go, go. On a big world adventure. Let's go, go, go. Explore with Thomas and his friends. Thomas, you're the leader. Thomas, you're the leader. Thomas has so many friends.
So when you arrive for your Day Out with Thomas, you're going to check in here at the East Strasburg station. At this booth, you're going to present your tickets, and then you'll get your special event wristband. The Strasburg Railroad, which hosts Day Out with Thomas, is right across the street from the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania. I did have a video where we went there, and you can see a full tour of that museum. It's really, really nice. There's indoor and outdoor trains as well. They also have different different types of shops in there too. And then around Day Out with Thomas, they have the popcorn stand, they have Good Humor ice cream truck. It's kind of cool to see. And then if you go over here to Lever Hall, that's where you can get your pictures from your day out with Thomas. They do have professional photographers here that will take your picture in front of Thomas, also while you're on the train. And then they also have a meet and greet with Sir Topham Hatt. So if you've ever wanted to get your picture with him, you can do that as well.
Big boy.
I do want to emphasize that you still can come to Day Out with Thomas. It's completely free. It's just a charge if you actually want to get on one of the rail cars and have Thomas take you through Lancaster. It's about a 30-minute ride, and Thomas starts in Lancaster, goes all the way to Paradise, and comes back. So it's kind of nice while you're on the train. I'll show you. I won't give any giveaways. But you absolutely could still come out to Day Out with Thomas and not get on the train and still participate in all the activities. If you come to a Day Out with Thomas and the rides with Thomas are sold out, you still can get on one of the rail cars, and one of the restored engines that typically runs at Strasburg Railroad will still take you on the same journey like you would with Thomas. It's just it's not going to be the same audio and music and things like that that plays during the Thomas rides. But don't fret, you know, if you come and you still want to get on the train, you still can. On the train, and soon we will be taking off. They do have different types of train cars here at Strasburg. They have a dining car, they have an open car, they have the classic rail cars as well. So the car that we're in, basically I'll show you guys the seats and just has open windows. Here we go. We're off. So right up ahead is the Red Caboose Motel and also Casey Jones Restaurant. You can spend the night in one of those train cars. It's a caboose and it's literally your hotel room. It's really cool. They also have buggy rides that depart from here too. And we have a little petting zoo too. I don't know if you guys can see that barn that's all the way up there. It's actually a turkey farm here, and it's one of the largest turkey farms in America. So this is Cherry Crest Family Park. They have lots of really cool activities and games for families. Super, super, super fun if you have little kids. They have a petting zoo, they have food. In the fall, they also have different concerts here as well. It's a really, really neat spot if you're in this area. Fire trucks over there today. That's cool. This is my favorite part of Cherry Crest Farms. They have a little village and they have these little booths. It's like a little town. Called Sproutsville. That was cool that They also have a little picnic area here, and if you ride the regular train, so not the one with Thomas, it will actually stop here. You can exit off the train, and then you can have a little picnic, and they have a little playground, and then you can just walk down to Cherry Crest Farms. And the train comes about every half an hour. So all you got to do to get back on the train is be back here within a half an hour, or just make sure you're back here when the last train departs at Strasburg. So typically the Thomas train actually goes all the way to Paradise, but today they said we're actually stopping here by Cherry Crest Farms, and Thomas is going to come around and take us back to Strasburg. To get our photo with Thomas. They have photographers here. They have professional photos where you can use your own personal camera as well. And then they'll give you a step to take over to the photo center I showed you guys a little bit earlier. What's unique about Day Out with Thomas at Strasburg is that Thomas is an actual working engine. A lot of the other Day Out with Thomases that they have at different railroads around the country, Thomas is attached to an actual engine that pulls. And they also have Mavis that you can take photos with as well.
I do know that.
On our right is Cafe 1832. They are typically open here when Strasburg Railroad is open. They have sandwiches, fried foods, and then bottled drinks as well.
right here. You get me some fries.
Don't worry, it's just invisible sponge tiny bunny, so it might just sort of...
So now we're in the general store. This is where you're going to be able to find all your Strasburg merchandise. Tons of shirts, sweatshirts, hats, baseball caps. This is kind of cool because it looks like, you know, a travel cup, like Yetis. But it's just decoration. But I think it's still really cute. So this is the toy shop here. This is where you're going to find all sorts of Thomas toys and collectibles. And this store is open year-round, even if Day Out with Thomas is not happening. Now, I will say something that was very different based upon this Day Out with Thomas in comparison to other experiences that we've had is that typically Thomas will go the full length of the Strasburg Railroad track, which ends in Paradise, Pennsylvania, and then we will go back to Lancaster. However, for this Day Out with Thomas, we stopped at Cherry Crest Farms and then went back. So instead of it being a traditional 45-minute ride, it was only a 30-minute ride. And then typically on the ride as well, they have a special Thomas-themed soundtrack that plays. You hear audio of Thomas and Mr. Topham Hatt talking. You hear Thomas's little whistle, and there's recordings playing of different Thomas-themed songs. And it just kind of has more of a festive feel to it. So I don't know if our particular ride, the audio wasn't working, but it was a little bit disappointing that the traditional Thomas audio wasn't present. Overall, guys, a Day Out with Thomas is always a really fun outing for little kids and big kids alike. My only disappointment this time was the fact that the ride was shorter than it has been in times past, and there was no themed audio for Thomas on the train. If you are planning on going to a Day Out with Thomas, you may want to consider not actually purchasing tickets to ride the train where Thomas is the engine pulling, and instead purchasing tickets when a traditional restored steam engine is pulling the rail cars. You can still participate in all of the Thomas activities. You can get your picture with Thomas, go to the arts and crafts tent, everything. It just means that the engine that is pulling you is not going to be the little blue guy, but that way you still will have a chance to ride on the train. Your ticket will be cheaper, and you're going to have a longer train ride. It's going to be the traditional 45 minutes over the 30 minutes. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoy content like this, consider giving me a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.